Hello guys, this is my MIDI controller instrument. As you can see, pretty much filled out almost every port on this Arduino. So it's made up of 8 buttons that are mapped to the range 36 to 44, which is the beginning to the middle of the default range for drum pads, because I sort of imagine this as a drum pad. Each one of them has LED output. Right now it's mapped to a drum kit, actually. Hopefully you can hear that. 4 knobs, each of which right now is mapped to a master effect, or rather an effect on the master track. So here I have reverb. These two control the LFO on a frequency modulator. So this is a mount. And this is rate. And up here is, I think, the Q value on a resonance filter, which is controlled by this ultrasound sensor. Finally, something you probably won't be able to tell is I actually have the master pan connected to this control stick. So that's what I have going on in terms of hardware. In terms of software, I mapped everything up to this nice sort of virtual interface, so you can see that the knobs all match up with what's going on. And as you know, I guess I should just jump right in. I have this kind of interesting kaleidoscope visualization whose colors and patterns sort of controlled by the knobs. It's sort of hard to get right though. So it kind of brings this interesting dimension of trying to make something interesting visually while also having cool effects that aren't so overbearing, I guess, sonically. Yep. The buttons all mapped. So you can see that. Okay. Sorry, it's completely out of focus. As well as a few other controls. So there's, oh, sorry, I'm leaning over the ultrasound so you can tell. Actually, it filters the noise. Starting the data stream, the actual raw data, sort of banging the serial port. Here we have the ultrasound sensor, which I've mapped to a sort of particular range, and our left-right joystick, and our knobs, of course. I guess the one thing I didn't really talk about is that one thing I glossed over and did not talk about are these 2 buttons, which control which MIDI channel you're actually playing with these 8 buttons. So if I scan it forward, you'll see I'm actually playing a different set of kind of modified percussion instruments. If I turn the effects down, it'll be easier to hear what's going on. Here's a bass instrument. Here's actually controlling this little guitar loop. What else do we have here? Something that's been muted, I guess. Some kind of MIDI channel with cut up guitar samples. and some kind of interesting synth sound. I think that's all I have on this particular set. So all of these controls are mapped over to different parameters in the Ableton set, so you can see, hopefully, oh, sorry, wrong filter, there it is. See a few of these parameters changing. There's the reverbs, dry, wet. Let's see, my one knob here, and our two LFO parameters. Alright, well that's what I got, so hopefully you like it, and it fills all the requirements. Thanks.